Hello. This is a lesson about worker health and safety, and it's just about the basics. It's about the way that you need to think to work for health and for safety on the job. Make sure you don't get injured or make sure you don't get some kind of occupational illness. So where do we start to achieve worker health and safety? Where do we start? Well, we have to have a commitment. Both the management and the labor need to agree that safety is important. And, well, it's also the law. You know, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration says that any kind of contracting business needs a health and safety plan. So we've got a health and safety plan in the field guide in the way of about a dozen different hazards that you need to avoid and that you need to be aware of. So that our second requirement for worker health and safety is awareness. You have to be able to look at your surroundings and notice things in your environment that are unsafe. So you start with commitment, then you have awareness. But you can't just have awareness. You have to move on from awareness to other things. But awareness is, the knowledge of what the hazards are and the presence of mind to notice when a hazard is present. And then you want to communicate with your fellow workers and about this hazard. And here, workers ought to feel that they can have a safety meeting whenever it's necessary. So if there is some type of a safety problem, that is a good time for a safety meeting. And this doesn't have to be any big deal. This safety meeting could be 3 minutes long, 5 minutes long. We just get together in a group, standing up, and we talk about a safety hazard that we all need to avoid. So we have a safety meeting, we have discussions, and then we take action, okay? And action requires permission to act from management. We've got to get management on our side. If there's something wrong with a ladder, if there's something wrong with a power tool, something wrong with the environment, we have to have the permission to remove that hazard. And so, one of the senior members of your team should represent you to management and say, look, we have, these unsafe power tools. We have this ladder that we need to just get rid of because it's not safe anymore. And feel free to take action. So we've got to commit to health and safety. We've got to have awareness. And the awareness is important, but unless you communicate with your fellow workers, with management if necessary, and take action, then, the hazard just remains in place. You have to have all 4 of these steps. So to follow a health and safety plan, right inside your field guide, there's about a dozen different safety hazards that are discussed in the worker health and safety section. So you could just do one of those each month, have a short safety meeting, for example, about vehicles. How do we keep our vehicles safe? How do we drive safely? The next month you might talk about back injuries, how to avoid back injuries. So we have focus topics, and these focus topics in the field guide are based on statistics. There are the most likely ways that you will get injured or contract some type of occupational disease. So pay attention to them. We want to commit to safety and health. We want to be aware of the safety hazards. We want to communicate with our coworkers and we want to take action.